Our next deserving recipient of the evening is Matt McElhiney. I think I said that right. Good times or bad, Matt McElhiney makes them better. Ask anyone involved in the Alumni Association's successful but complex transition from CU Foundation arm to University unit. Matt, a Denver lawyer, joined the board of directors, now advisors, in 2007 as it grappled with thorny organizational and financial challenges. A less determined newcomer might have fled. Matt dove in headfirst and stuck around for nearly a decade, playing a starring role in the evolution of today's thriving Alumni Association. By the time he stepped down in 2016, Matt had been board chair and become the longest-serving member ever. Matt's perseverance, diligence, and leadership, one nominator wrote, provided the glue that allowed the Alumni Association to survive and prosper. And once you know it, he managed a 1,000-watt smile the whole time. Matt's dedication to CU is undeniable, and for this, the Alumni Association presents him with the Alumni Recognition Award.
Thank you for this award. I'm honored, I'm humbled, and I'm proud. I would be remiss if I did not first thank my wife, Colleen, and my son, Max, for putting up with me for spending many hours in Boulder away from our family over the better part of a decade. Without my wife to hold down the fort, I know I would not have had the opportunity to serve on the board as long as I did. And to my son, Max, I only fear that I dragged you up here so many times that Boulder hardly seems to you as special a place as it is to me. After 9 years of service on the alumni board, 2 years as chair, 2 years as treasurer, and multiple years in various other committee chair and vice chair positions, I could not begin to acknowledge all the people who had a positive impact on the Alumni Association while I was on the board, who became my valued friends and who deserve this award as much as I do. During my tenure on the board, the association's biggest challenge was the massive change it went through. We became a non-dues paying rather than a dues collecting organization. We were transferred from under the purview of the CU Foundation to reporting to the university administration on campus. We experienced a multi-year financial crisis after the association lost a quarter of its budget in a single stroke when we lost a promotional credit card contract due to industry changes. We struck a deal to use millions of dollars of the association's endowment money, matched by additional university funds, to try to get back on track and create new and better programming for our Alumni Association. We cycled through 4 different executive directors. We experienced virtually 100% staff turnover. I often told others that if we were in the private sector and we had experienced the same challenges, we would have never survived as an organization. Unlike many others being honored here tonight, I cannot point to a single seminal achievement that highlights my tenure. However, I can say that the Alumni Association today, as compared to when I first became involved, has more and better programming, no longer faces an annual budgetary crisis thanks to Phil DiStefano and the university stepping to the plate and giving us multi-year funding that was much needed. It has traded its way up into the best staff I have seen over the years, led by our executive director, Ryan Christ. Instead of a single achievement, I like to think of my contributions as being the glue that held things together, the continuity that would otherwise have been lacking, and the source of institutional knowledge that would have been lost without someone in place who had learned from the various perspectives in which I had served. While I am very proud of those contributions, none of them are spectacular, but are instead the result of me trying to do the best job that I had signed up for. However, I know in my heart that my contributions played a key role in the Alumni Association surviving, persevering, and ultimately thriving like it is today. Finally, I want to acknowledge my parents who are here tonight. They raised me in a household of Big 8 graduates, and even though their own alma maters are not located in Boulder, I couldn't have been luckier when they wisely decided to move our family to Denver when I was only 5 years old. I learned from my parents at an early age that higher education is key to one's long-term success. But I also learned that success is not everything. and that getting involved and giving back to the communities around us are fundamental Midwestern values, values that shaped my parents and through them ultimately shaped me. Tonight, more than anything, to all of you in this room, I want to encourage you to get involved, volunteer, and give back. If not at CU, then within whatever groups and communities need your help. Given my own experience at CU, I guarantee that if you commit yourself to getting involved and giving back to those around you, just like me, you will find that the experience can be more rewarding and satisfying than you ever imagined it could be. Thank you again for this award, and go Buffs.